I feel so much shifting. It's I don't like this side. I don't like them more. Which side is going to benefit me? This is the opportunity. Where is the opportunity for me? Methane chlorophyll or chlorophyll or this just feels like so that whatever comes out of your body smells worse than what it used to be. And I can't even say that it's all black people with this, but I do believe that some of the people that were connected to this are starting to feel like maybe my skin's getting a little too dark when it comes to just the shit that I'm doing, right? We're speaking symbolically. Everybody's an adult, right? I mean, I could hear cunt while I'm sleeping for hours and hours and still get up and be a decent fucking person. So we don't feel sorry when someone says nigger or nigga or crack. We just don't do it anymore. We just don't care their words. So if you guys have this sensitivity to it, that's your problem. And it's something you have to deal with. But we're going to speak freely everywhere, always. L-E-E-L, elements. Yeah. A-A, people who are drunks messing with elements. Yeah, here we go. Element and movement. That's what they call, that's the password to get into the logger key. Elemental movements or movement. I hope it's not just because. That just sounds like some real weird ZC. Just cause. I see that there's a Zachariah Peters. What's up with this one, please? Oh, well, that's a male. Zachariah could be a Zach. Andrew. Yep. And I feel like you became friends with this person, and since you became friends with this person, I don't feel right around them. That's because they are the person who, what is this? This is spiritual jail, but something else. I'm gonna force spiritual jail on you. Were you in prison somewhere? This is in another part of the country or another part of the world. I think you were just working out or you were outside. This makes me feel like I was doing yoga in the grass at one point, and the next thing you know, I wake up in a fucking trunk or something like that. These are child traffickers, and you could have been a reporter or something where you started reporting on them. Yep. Some of this thing that we're feeling is because of devices that are around us. What else could it be? There has to be some kind of an electrical charge. And are they putting, listen to Arcturian balancing negative and positive ions? That's what it could be. It could just be that there's a lot of, right, that's just what it is in the field. That's what electrostatic is, right? Just charged ions, atoms, protons and shit like that. So it could just be a whole mix of things, which is why they could have showed me that the thing for Dorothy the other day with Twister, whatever that was made of, they could have mimicked that. Somebody could have taken that part of that movie, but there was a scientist who explained it to them first, to now put that into the atmosphere to collect data. But in the midst of collecting data, they started finding out what this shit was doing to people, messing with their mind, bringing out certain things in different people based off of genetic makeup, gender, which DNA was more present, which beast they were feeding. We just became experiments. We don't consent. We don't consent to non-consensual experiments from now until the end of time and thereafter, for all eternity and after. It is done. These are child traffickers, and I feel like you were bringing some kind of awareness to them, and this feels like I could be a reporter / work with the military. You know, they raided some places, and it's the woman here that wound up getting, look, the men, no, we're not going to mess with the men. This war on women is over. the women that are left are the strong ones that the right men know, I need these on my side. Some of them are in the judicial system, and they're going to help people in the judicial system. We need to release certain prisoners that are going to be beneficial for what's going to be happening on this plane. I want to say it again, this isn't me telling you what to do, but for people who know that they don't deserve to be in there still, and that they're fighters, you would benefit, instead of waiting to be paid by somebody. That's not going to happen anymore. You're going to do the act first. We're going to do it the right way again. People take advantage of that. Well, now that's not enough. $1 million's not enough. $5 million, we can't do it that way. That's even corrupt. Paying off people in the judicial system is even corrupt. The greed is too much. So this is going to be part of the reset. For those of you who know that, I know they should have been released. We're just kind of housing them. Let them out. Let them find their way. You don't have to provide a home for them. And then who cares? When does the judicial system care whether you have a legit address to go to afterward? So what happens now? Let's say that you're taken from a hotel and you're in there so long that now you can't pay the weekly or monthly rate. So now you lose the hotel. You had a residence when you were arrested, but now when you go to get out, you don't. What do? They just keep you now, and we just keep paying to keep that person housed? Because that was the excuse they were giving me, was that they couldn't confirm an address to let me out. You know, they gave me a slip, a ROR slip to me in my cell, and then released me 14 fucking days later. That's kidnapping. It's holding me against my will. You ROR'd me. You gave me the slip signed and stamped by the court clerk. And then I was in there for 2 weeks after that with no information at all. But I mean, I'm past that. But I have to say this out loud for a reason. And when I say things, it's because somebody's going through this right now. You keep that fucking slip and you take that slip with you everywhere that you go. They realize they made a mistake, and they're going to try and get you to leave your cell on a whim so that you leave it under your pillow. You put that shit on you some. I don't care if you got to shove it up your asshole. Do you have a Ziploc baggie where they put your stuff? Take it to the shower with you and everything. Just in case, right? My final day. So yeah, they didn't mess with the men. I feel like instead they invested in some kind of relationships or partnerships with the men instead, because they saw the men as successful. You know what I mean? These guys could have just been people that give back to the world, and now they got preyed on. But things are happening where and it could have been that these black men and their children, there's a black man and then this is the Page of Cups for me, and this would be black men whose children are about 11 or 12 years difference. You understand? When you have a man that shows up and multiple of his children are within 12 to 15 years difference in his, something's fucking up. He's irresponsible as a man. We just don't want to do business with him anymore. There are people who are releasing certain individuals. I don't care. Take me to court. I know a lawyer for that. They're using their power for different reasons now. We want you out of our fucking lives, our businesses, our courts and everything. You are a cancer to society and this entire goddamn universe. I officially want nothing to do with you. Whoever this is for you. Balance. Or this is patience. Patience and deception. Like, the more that I'm just patient, this feels like, what am I patiently waiting for? Just for you to become more jealous of me while I get my fulfillment of wishes? Some of you were gaining, and you had people, these types of people who weren't. And they saw you, they were praying. Look, patience, deception, I'm watching you. Look at this shit. Look. I see you patiently waiting for this trust, patiently waiting for this, promotion, patiently waiting for this paperwork that says you are who you are, that I'm going to now kidnap you and take. I'm jealous, I'm envious, and I'm a deceitful, nasty person. I see you getting things, and I'm mad. Passion and solar plexus. I don't have any passion for anything good. This would be bringing things in naturally through the sun energy, which is, usually more of a positive energy, but then you show positive energy and people just automatically think that you're weak. It's weird, it's confusing. It's I want it all. I don't want to do shit for it. No. In fact, the system is going to crash so bad that all your fucking benefits are going to go away, and all the privileged people are going to wind up being picked up by other privileged people. 1, 3, 2, something's out of place here. If I put 1, 2, and 3 here, then it's the passion ignited with the spiritual union and then the solar plexus, which means this. You're going to have to, whatever this thing is, where there's someone on the other side, this has to come first. Yeah, harmony. In order to find harmony, these are soulmates, spiritual unions, passion ignited. All right, coming full circle, coming back to each other. There's just no other way to do it. Yeah, accelerated motion to get things moving in the universe. I said there was kind of a pause in energy or a stop in flow, because when these people are together, things just happen naturally. Yes, instead, these people are suffering in silence while other people are gaining fucking recognition. And even with award shows and shit, like learning how to cry on cue, you took the smart and you hid them away, and you threaten them and you torture them for their ideas for the unsmart. I'm going to put some information out. Harold Jawson is at the Congregation Center hiding out, not in the basement, but the floor or two above it. And there are more scientists and agents and cops under the water bridge. We're gonna get you all out. Hi. I know you can all hear me. Can anybody see how this is all happening in such a crazy way that could only be planned by some bigger force that we can't understand? You were all kept there. I don't want to say preserved, because some of you missed your families and they tried erasing your memories, but you're just too strong. Some things need to be handled up here first. They're also underneath where Carvin Cal is right now. You were brought there for a reason. There's something underneath. Did you hear people yelling? Yell again, please. They're beneath you, sir. Yeah, could you do me a favor? I know how crazy it is. Can you just say Calvin Cool is here out loud? Data. Something should unlock, or that set something in motion where now something's going to become unlocked and easy for you to enter. And your family's there. Your wife is there, your 2 daughters is there, and your nephew, Ivan, but I think it was just some weird thing with the 2 of you. Yeah, beneath your feet. Okay. You have a great day, sir. There are people in positions of extreme power who are being led to different places all over the map, because there are some people that you're going to free in some way. Let me flip out some more letters. The Dawson Creek Heritage Center. In whatever that room that they said the artifacts were in, they couldn't open. They have people in there with, yeah, these are the Haggers. The Haggers are in there. The Stansfields are in there. I think, Lisa, you could be around that building right now. Yeah, your niece Ava is there. T.A. The Tiana Smalls building was created to house the privileged folk. Yeah, look, Smalls. Well, that's S. Tiana Smalls. Nope. DS. The Saddam Hussein Museum is now housing some of your own people. 25709-B. It's a lowercase b, I think. 2975. Was it 2975-B? Is everything that I'm saying being recorded through something where people can go back now possibly and go over the passwords or the numbers and codes that I said? I hope so. Harry Davidson knows about this. Harrietta. Paul Walker is still here. He doesn't know that he's Paul Walker, but other people have an idea because you're just beautiful. Yeah, Stan Wood. Hello, beautiful man. Paul Zachariah. Well, it's actually Pemu Zachariah is the one that left the hotel to Teresa Heilman, and I'm not sure if it's a Patrick Tiffany. I'm not sure why that would have happened that way. Unless they're married, unless it's a Teresa and Patrick and Teresa Tiffany. It seems like it was left to a couple, and then things were altered for some reason. This is what I was picking up a while ago, that clearly they never got it. TH. Look, I'm telling you, TH, Teresa Heilman. That's who it was left. Okay, so it was left to Teresa Heilman. So does the extended stay? TA. Hold on. It was Tadia, TA and PU. It was both of them actually left it. So if the wife is still here, you're lying about the paperwork, and it's not even that it's going to be made right, you know, but there's somebody that's in the room with you, and it could be Patrick. Tadia, put your hands up. Yeah, her and her husband, if this is, I don't know which Patrick this is or who's there, but she has the paperwork on her where the hotel was left to Teresa Heilman. And I think that this guy did this to piss his family off, and I'm not sure if he was right in the head at the time, but either way, it's a legal binding document, and he actually did get a real, they already had their, it's Jessup, who facilitated the paperwork along with Clara. These people change their names intentionally a lot to try to confuse me. The information's going to get to who it has to when it has to. I guess that's it. I'm going to sporadically do messages like this where I'm going to put out information for people who are doing the right thing to help them gain the things that they need to keep going.